So Chief, we just want to know, how is the department doing during such a difficult time?
So during tragedies like this, we're broken. In fact, our community is broken, we're broken. The public safety community, including the fire department, broken and really mourning the loss. But at the same time, we have to put those uniforms on and go right back to work. And so we're trying to take care of our employees, either mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but it's been tough.
How does the police department come together during a time like this?
So when tragedies like this happen, it's almost like the community and the department kind of wraps this big old blanket around you just to take care of our employees. So we know that we still have things to do, prepping for services, making sure the community knows who Paul Rutherford was. He wasn't just a police officer, he was a family man, he was a grandpa, he was a brother, he's a father, he's a son. So making sure we get that story of who that man was, and at the end of the day, though, he's a true American hero.
Who is Officer Paul Rutherford to you?
To me, dependable, reliable, hero, someone who made the conscious choice to be a patrol officer. He didn't want to promote, he didn't go anywhere else. He decided to be there answering calls for service every single day that he was working.
How does the department take someone who's had 22 years of service, for his community, for his family, for his fellow officers, and keep his legacy living on?
Oh, wow. Great question. So what will happen is he'll be inducted into the Police Memorial in D.C. probably next year. We will have a marker for him, we'll have vigils for him, we'll prep his services, and we will always keep in mind that he is one of the 39 officers who died in the line of duty, and he will never be forgotten.
What can the community do to remember him?
Great question. So first and foremost, we have a police foundation. So we would ask for donations to go to the PhoenixPoliceFoundation.org. It's phxpolicefoundation.org. But honestly, just the small things really matter to us. When we're at lunch, or you see us at a QT, or you see us getting coffee, just thank us for our service. That goes a long way in just making sure that we maintain morale and that we keep focus on us being compassionate and true heroes in our community.
When it comes to the investigation surrounding his death, is there any new developments that we should know about?
Great question about the investigation. It's been less than 24 hours since this happened, so our investigators are piecing together the facts of the case, and they're still doing that. So once we can release the information, we will. We're thankful that the driver remained at the scene, so we're processing that. We do know that in his last act, what Paul was doing is consoling a young driver who had been involved in another accident. He hears a priority 1 call for service. He runs across because his partner is there. He was doing what he signed up to do, and we're forever grateful for that.
When it comes to people coming across police situations like that, you see the flashing lights, you see cars off to the side.
Oh, wow.
Is that something that people need to be more cognizant of, slowing down, things like that?
So when you see emergency vehicles, either police or fire, there are a lot of things going on in that scene. So we're asking drivers to take additional precautions, to drive a little bit slower, to kind of keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to what's going on, because you don't know what's going on in the middle of that scene.
Is there anything else that you want to add about his life, his family, ways that the community can kind of honor him?
So yesterday we had a telethon to raise funds for Officer Rutherford's family. We were able to raise $17,000 in such a $72,000 in such a short amount of time. That shows the support of the community. We would just ask the community to continue to support us, thank our officers every day, keep our emergency personnel, our firefighters, and I also want to give a big shout out to Banner University Medical Center, who did an amazing job in trying to save Paul in his final hours.
Anything else?
It's got to be, the 17-year-old driver was beside herself. Police are devastated. Yes. The driver who hit the officer, he or she's got to be pretty devastated too.
Right. So when we talk about the 2 individuals involved in the scenario, the 17-year-old driver in the initial accident, as well as the individual who struck Officer Rutherford, we know that they've been impacted by this trauma also. The unique dynamic, what we've been trying to do, at least with the 17-year-old, I know for certain, I'm sure for the other driver, is to try to provide mental health services for them and get them connected with counselors, because no matter what, this is impactful to everyone.